Respect Survival, Liberation, Freedom in 2025.
And bringing your unique gifts and qualities here. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If anything I do does resonate with you, you can hit like, subscribe, and follow. I do greatly appreciate your love and support, and I'm sending love and support right back to you. Today is December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve, 2024. I just did two beautiful oracle readings. One from Namaste Blessings to see which blessing is coming in for 2025 was amazing, and also picked a Divine Animal Oracle card to see what animal energies are bringing in 2025. And again, beautiful, beautiful message. So if you feel called to do so, please check those out. I didn't have a particular, well, I shouldn't say that. Crows and ravens, again, over the last few days out on my walks with my dog, just constantly seeing them, hearing them. And whenever I do get out my Pure Magic Oracle by Andreas Ingracias and do an oracle card pull. So this is for the collective, for anyone it resonates with. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, it just means the reading's not for you, and that's okay too. So the cards were cleansed with the Green Healing Pyramid. I have a lot of green out today. Still feeling a lot of heaviness in my heart space. So I'm trying to use some color, some healing frequencies on YouTube, that sort of thing to help with that. I was listening to a beautiful shamanic frequency on YouTube this morning. It was female or sort of feminine energies. They showed a beautiful, indigenous female person holding with a hawk on her arm. It was very beautiful. I love hawks also. So angels and guides, spirit healing team, ravens and crows, thank you so much for being here with us today. Ooh, we've got a few there. If we could get a card for the collective today from the Pure Magic Oracle. What energies are here at this time around the beginning of 2025. This is timeless though, so anytime the video captures you or you capture the video, you can accept the energy at the time if it resonates. But what is coming in for 2025? What messages, what signs, what would you like us to know for 2025? And if one doesn't come out, we will pick a card. Right, we got one. Number 24, Voudon Roots, Respect, Survival, Liberation, Freedom. You can look up angel number 24 to see if there's any messages that resonate. And I was talking about respect in my last video, my animal oracle video. Okay. So we're just going to read what this card means. This is a fire card in this deck. It's considered fire energy, okay? All right, so it says, sometimes magic does not need to be extravagant. It can be incredibly simple. A cauldron or offering bowl can be a hole dug in the earth, or a candle can be used to represent the power of the sun. The essence of magic has numerous styles and histories. Magic in English history is classical, specific, and structured, whereas the magic born from Africa's descendants in beautifully spontaneous, raw, fired with intensity, wildly tribalistic, and fused with intuitive dance and fetish. And again, so the last card I picked from the Animal Oracle references to Africa too. It was an African spirit totem that came out. Magic from different sources teaches us different ways to connect, not only to the gods and the cosmos, but most importantly to each other. Voudon plays an important role in the makeup of our world's magical history. Voudon, voodoo, hoodoo, confused? Well, although some people do use these words synonymously, they're not the same. Voudon literally means spirit in the Fon language of West Africa. Voodoo is also used to distinguish the specific traditions that emerged in New Orleans following the emigration in the 19th century of many Haitian refugees. And hoodoo is American magic that is based largely on African practices and evolved in America's melting pot. Very interesting. The history and ancestors of Voudon at its true core remind us to be compassionate to people of all kinds and races, to not ignore others' power, and to give respect where respect is due. Magic, when used well, can be a miraculous tool, and for the fathers and mothers of this sacred traditional magic, it was a means for survival and the source of personal and familial liberation. Again, we're getting so much energy and messages around using magic for the greater good, for the planet, for the human collective, for all the creatures that live here. This is a huge theme right now. With all the things going on in the world, it is so important that we do come together as a collective. Even if you're somebody who's very solitary, if you are thinking good intentions, putting out good intentions, doing nice little things that help the planet, people, animals, it doesn't have to be something big. Every day, to myself, every day I'm like, I want to do something today to help someone or, the planet, something. And just doing that one little thing every day has a huge ripple effect. So remember that, okay? The pure wisdom of this card: you have been comfortable for far too long, and life is dealing you ways to step out of your comfort zone. You are called upon to see another with kinder eyes and relinquish the conditions of misguided fear. Everything is set with a plan in motion, and everyone has a part to play in the large cosmic game of life. I know that is particularly a message for me. I have been kind of grappling with a situation in my life, and this is giving me a very clear message about that particular journey and where I need to go and what I need to be doing. So I'm very grateful for that. When we set the campfire in the garden and sit down without our weapons, we begin to realize our commonalities with one another and see how pointless these weapons are. Only when we emphasize about the pain and suffering of the ancestors who fought and died through oppression, injustice, famine, war, slavery, and pain can we finally see the grand imagination. We are brothers and sisters connected by souls. As long as there are others who still hold on to outdated fears and misjudgments, then people will be needed to fight for the minority and create a larger stand. Link your arms and take to the streets with your courage and breathe fire to ones who matter. Again, I think we're going to see a lot more of that this year. We are already seeing a lot of people protesting and standing up for others. Protesting things that are not right. We all know deep in our hearts that these things aren't right. I mean, I watch shows on Netflix. I just watched something about the Cold War. I mean, watch these things, educate yourself, learn about what's going on out there in the world that is just completely wrong in every single way. There is no way of justifying it to anyone who is living their truth and who is living by God's word. You cannot justify these actions in any way, and it has to stop. That is the bottom line. And the only way it's going to stop is if we come together as a community, a global community in love, and we love ourselves, we love this planet. We start doing things to heal ourselves and heal this planet and heal the creatures here. And there's a pure magic spell you can do. We all began as nomadic and tribal communities, and without our indigenous ancestors, we would not be where we are today. Magical power has no tolerance for racism, and it is important to be aware of cultural history and pay homage and respect to people of color. Study the arts of indigenous magic, stories, and folklore. Learn the wisdom of native cultures and immerse yourself compassionately in the mind and heart of an elder. And yes, I love learning about indigenous cultures, First Nations, civilizations from long, long ago. One of the things I would also say I'm seeing recently, I live in Canada, lots of posts on sending immigrants back to where they came from, especially if they're students and things like that. I constantly comment on these posts. If you are not a First Nations or an Indigenous person, you are an immigrant. We came to North America. We ruined these people's culture, a beautiful culture based on, living in connection with nature, being respectful of everything you use from this planet, and being grateful for it. We came and we destroyed that. We put them on reservations. We put their children in residential schools. We are responsible for the deaths of many, many peoples. We're responsible for, people who are suffering in addiction, people who are living in places where they don't have clean drinking water. My dog's outside barking, so that is just further confirmation to me. But we need to get more back to these practices, and I'm really hoping this year that 2025 we are going to start seeing that turnaround, that 180. It's all about love. It's all about healing the planet. It's all about healing ourselves. It's all about healing the creatures here. Yes, this is beautiful energy, and I think we have so much to look forward to in 2025. I'm very excited. I'm very grateful, and I personally want to be very involved in, doing nice little things for others, doing nice little things to help the planet, doing nice little things to help the creatures here, and sticking up for what is right, speaking the truth. And, I hope that that resonates with a lot of people, and that, the more of us that are doing this, the more love energy that's going to be out there, and the better chance we have to get this planet to a place of peace and love. So on that note, I will leave you today. I'm sending you all lots of love and light and healing energy. I hope it reaches you, and I hope you're open to receive it. Namaste.